Hi everyone, it's Allison. Welcome to song class. We are here in song class. I'm so happy to be here. It's so beautiful to spend this time together. And I'm just going to wait until I see that others are able to be here with me. I'm going to get some links here. So if you do not yet have a score, I'm putting the link in the comments. And I'll wait a few more moments. Here's our viewers. Hi everyone. Welcome to song class. If you are here, could you let me know that you can hear me okay? And of course, see me okay? As these things are always corruptible with technology. And if you have your score, great. If you don't have that yet, you can get that by going to the link. I just put it in the comments. At the EH website, we're going to be looking at Karitas Habundat, the antiphon for divine love. I'm so looking forward to this. And if you're here, please say hi. I'd love to know who's here and who's connecting with me today. There's so many things to talk about and to sort of dive into with this crazy, wonderful piece. So take another moment, make sure you have everything. We've got a very loud piano here. And we're going to immerse ourselves in the font of divine love today. Hi. Hi, Maria. Hi, Magdalena. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Greetings from DC. Yeah, so glad you're here. So, my friends, Swaran, hi. So glad you're here. It's hi, Sue. This is a time, I've been offering these weekly classes here in the group. It's truly a sort of delight, more than a delight, it's a deeper delight, to dive into some of these topics that are related to Hildegard of Bingen and that sort of overlap with my personal interests. But I know that Hildegard's music, for one thing, is something that we all have in common. We are, in our own way, attracted to this very incredible body of work. And I know, what I love to hear about is the personal relationships that we've all forged with her music, her legacy, this sort of gestalt of Hildegard, if you will. But one thing that I want to do, as a specialist in this music, is not just talk about the music, and very specifically the notes, okay? But what I want to do is guide us into a relationship with this music, with Hildegard, of course, our co-creatrix. But very importantly, it's honoring the sort of you-ness, the personal relationship that you and me, respectively, that we forge individually with the song, with the music, and very importantly, understanding our role and developing that and granting you agency to step into that, no matter where you may be on, say, your voice journey or your relative, or I should say subjective view of what your personal aptitude or talent or skill or whatever you want to call it. Because what we all have is we have our own relationship with this music, and it's my intention today to guide you a little deeper into that to take up the reins with a little bit more confidence and to explore some of the deeper concepts, the sort of what's underneath the notes and the words and the lines and the dots, right? What's under all of that? What is the mystical, and this is the word of the day, what is the mystical essence of this piece? And keeping in the back of your mind that, this is one piece, thinking about how to approach all other works in their turn. That whenever you pick up, whether it's a score or a manuscript or what have you, or someone hands you something and you say, ooh, what's this? This is going to be interesting. But once we get past the surface, how do you forge a unique, intentional relationship with the song? And it's really a delight when you get to the bottom of it. Hi, Carter. I'm grateful you're here. So we have this song, the Karitas Habundat, antiphon, which is a musical form that was a very, very vital aspect of the liturgy, especially of the Benedictine order, which revolves around the saying of 150 psalms every week, this rota, sort of large macro rota of worship. And within the sort of micro units of that weekly rota, we have these times of prayer throughout the day that are regularly scheduled and dictated. And that the liturgy was basically like that sacred organization of how you pray, who you pray to, what time, what for. And so when we see an antiphon was one of those prayers that would have been said before and after a psalm or a group of psalms. And knowing that there are 150 per week, that's a lot of antiphons that come up. So we often see this in medieval music or in sacred music in general, or liturgical music, where an antiphon is just defining a function, if you will, sort of a general term. But with Hildegard's music, we have a lot of antiphons. They tend to be shorter because they're sort of complementing or supporting, creating a container around other vital aspects of worship. And it's a nice catch-all term. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part. Erin and Claudia! Hi! The most interesting part is, as I was saying, the essence. Divine love. This is the only song in Hildegard's oeuvre that specifically targets this topic, this figure, this archetype. And it's one of the most powerful and profound things that we know. So in order to, get to the music, yes, bear with me. There's so many interesting things to talk about, and we're going to put our voices, we're going to sort of see where the rubber meets the road. Our voices are going to connect with the sort of content and the ideas, okay? But what I want to do is sort of seed in some of these things for you. And again, in a way that's going to empower you to step into, be the boss of your song. That's what I want to say. Have confidence to make those choices. And the reason is that you are an authority. You may not profess to be an expert in medieval music. That's not what I'm talking about. But you are going to bring your own connection, say, with this topic of divine love. And for me, I connect with that very, very, very much as a singer, using my voice as an instrument, as being tapped into that wellspring of source that is divine love, right? And that my voice, when I set that intention, can be raised into that function. That's so beautiful. So what I want to do is set us up with a reading. And what is helpful to know, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but what is helpful is that in all of Hildegard's songs, there are 77 songs plus the Ordo Virtutum. There are so many layers and images and symbols and all that stuff. We could put like a million footnotes on each song. And you don't need to do all the research. But what I want you to do is really approach these texts with a mystical mindset, knowing there's so much in here. Let something be drawn out to you. Again, coming back to the word essence. What's communicating to you? What's speaking through the veil, if you will, and coming to you? So something that I came across recently, and I shared this in the group maybe a week ago. I never read it. I love picking up books off the shelf. Like, books are my love language. Like, I have an idea. This book is what I should look at right now. So this is the book. This is the copy I have. There's a newer version. This is Hildegard's Book of Divine Works. And this is an edition by Matthew Fox, and there's letters and song texts and stuff like that. And I'm so sorry I don't know the name of the translator. I will find it, though. So that should be easier to find, shouldn't it? Okay. So this is, in the Book of Divine Works, a vision that she tells of Robert Cunningham. Thank you, Robert Cunningham. So this is the 8th vision on the effect of love. And here she's speaking of a vision where she sees 3 figures in a pool, really a well of water. And water is such a vital image in sort of, especially in this vision, but this connection with love. And it's really interesting. I'm not going to get into that too much, but I invite you to look at this. This is the 8th vision on the effect of love. And I'm just going to read a few things. And this is what Hildegard hears directly from love. I am love, the splendor of the living God. Through the splendor that is my essence, the living light of the blissful angels shines. And then she goes on to say, I'm going to skip ahead, I'm just giving you a quick little thing. All being is reflected in myself, who am love. All being, and I take that to mean all creation, all of creation, is reflected in love. I know, it's beautiful, right? My brilliance reveals the form of things, just as a shadow indicates a figure. My brilliance reveals the form. Love reveals the form, that through love, the world was created. Form from the mind of God. So here we have some very essential, sort of an essential conception of love. And this is, again, coming back to the song. What is Karitas? This is one aspect of that. Is it the only one? I don't think so. But I haven't done enough digging. And if that's something that calls to you, pull the book off the shelf and start reading. It's the best way to have your Hildegard ahas. So here we have love saying, I'm the splendor of the living God. The splendor, that's my essence. So here we come back to the essence. All is revealed in love. Now that gives us these very, very broad concepts of this archetype. And so what our work is, this is the good work, is to touch that, or try. And so all of a sudden, when you think, oh my God, Hildegard is now intoning or invoking divine love. This isn't just Karitas Habundat. This is the essence of creation that flows through you and me, and by golly, our voices are going to touch that, if we will. So here we have then an inroad. One. This is just one for today. There are many. As individual as you and me. And this is the one that's speaking to me right now. And so what I want to do then is, figure that out in the song and with the notes and our voices and all the stuff that comes along with that, right? So what we have is this unique song, and I'm going to invite you to look at the very first line, line 1, where we have this song happens to be broken up by sort of poetic line determined by Barbara Newman, the great Hildegard scholar and Latinist and historian, and also using my colleague Hugh McElroy's translation. We're going to talk a little bit about the words, not too much, but more importantly, and this is coming back to essence, to know what the essence of the word is and to allow our voice and our minds to connect with the essence. It's pretty cool. And how is the next question, and the how is through you. And that is through your intention, not your how-to, not how you push the buttons to make your voice work. It's getting into the higher mind. It's how you bring your intention to the text and the music. And that is, for me, this is how I teach voice and singing. It's bringing our first intention into the heart, feeling ourselves come into the body, and feeling our mind and our body and our spirit unite, come into congruence. I feel all of you relaxing. That is so good. And feeling now, as we center our awareness, as we come into clarity, we are going to open a channel. This is where it gets really cool. Okay. We're opening a channel to not only our higher minds, our inspiration and sacred creativity, but we are basically, I know this is going to sound poetically dramatic, and I kind of wanted to, but I'm dead serious. We are stepping through the portal to connect with our own source. And the really cool part is that because you are you are going to be the lens of that source. I think about this image. You know what, in a theater, I love the theater. You've got lights in the theater, right? And what do we do to create the mood? We have the pure light, the white light, and then we take a gel, right? We stick a gel in front of the light. And you choose the gel based on the effect that you want to create, right? The mood, the vibrancy, the hue, whatever is going to be reflected through whatever hue you bring to this. And in effect, we are that, being sparks of God. Love that. You're you, and that's why you're here, to do it through you. That's your voice. So, Karitas. Let me know if you're still with me. I hope this is gelling with you. Get it? So, I want this to resonate. And what I want to do is just look at one line right now. This is basically going to ask us to practice something. It's going to ask you to practice staying centered as your eyes now connect with the page, okay? Because what we're looking at now are dots on a 5-line staff. And what I want you to come back to is, what is this really? It's music. It's the essence of a word. Karitas, right? And so we activate our voices, but we don't want to start over-activating our minds. We want to stay centered And that's a practice. This is not a requirement. It's a practice. It's a beautiful practice. But to be able to say, okay, I'm about to sing these notes. Where do I want to be? Do I want to be in the notes? Do I want to be here? Do I want to start to connect my sense of divine love, this quintessential aspect of God, to permeate what's on the page? And what we're going to do is we're going to sing 2 notes. We're going to practice, okay? So here's the deal. Especially when in Hildegard's songs we often have that opening 5th, right? This is definitely like that temple column, right? It's like entering the temple. Could we all just sing that? Ready? Here we go. Beautiful. Now, I want you to add one more element to this. Because I don't want you to think, oh, it goes up. I want you to notice the inspiration, the breath that you take in. And here's your homework in this moment. That this intake of breath is the seed that you are planting for what's about to come out. I'll give you an idea. I am praising divine love. I'm connecting her. I'm touching her. I'm touching the hem of her garment, if you will. I'm going to call on her through this breath. Ready, everybody? And you can change that if you want, but that's just my idea. Ready? Did that feel different? It probably did. Certainly did for me. All of a sudden, the breath is now the vehicle for your intention. The breath is going to activate your meat suit here. Your singing meat suit. It's going to help you get online. All of a sudden, your instrument is going to be activated and it's going to ring with your creative intention. So you could do whatever you want, but here we have a very beautiful, beautiful concept. This presence of divine love. Okay, now we have some more notes. But honestly, those are the 2 most important ones when you're starting any piece, right? The first one is like, okay, get through the first note, and then, oh, what happens after? Don't check out. Stay with it. And our idea now is, how do I stay connected? Can we try up to there? Here we go, everyone. Breathe. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, because we have such a long sort of ornamented word here, I want to do something. I want to sing through the whole line, and then I want to stop and pull back and point something out for you. And then we're going to come back to it. Okay? Because I want you to have this experience of singing the whole line. Okay? Listen, I'm going to bring us into the re and the tas. I'm going to sing it once, and then I invite you to you can sing along or just listen, and then we'll sing it all together again. So I'm going to sing the second syllable here. Re, tas. Re, Can we try that all together on a re? And then we'll put everything together. Go to the beginning. I'm going to put this whole word together, this container of a word. Here we go, ready? So everyone, I have something to share with you. I was tinkering in my workshop. And I wanted to share this with you. You know, I don't even know how to do a screen share with Facebook, and I will learn how. But what I'm putting in the chat there is a PDF that is going to, basically what I wanted to do was get back to the essence. So this is something I want to sort of relay to you as not just a musical exercise, my friends, but in a way that's going to show us what within this highly ornamented line, where do I go? What's in there? What am I supposed to grab onto, both musically, rhetorically, and intentionally? What is the essence? And this is something to know, that whenever you look at some of Hildegard's music, we have a different, this is sort of the case with so much chant repertoire. We have different distinctions of the way we say the text. Is it syllabic? Is it melismatic? Or is it syllabic, where you have one note roughly per syllable, and chant is composed basically by syllable, or at least it's notated by syllable. If something is melismatic, it means there are many pitches assigned to one syllable. And then if something is pneumatic, N-E-U-matic, we have something where there's a few notes per syllable. Now look at that first line, that is highly melismatic. Where's the word? It's so easy to lose the word, and thus easy to sort of lose our way down the winding path of what we're actually talking about. Oh, hi Sharon. Yes, the container. I thought that was pretty neat too. I just love it when things like that happen. Does everybody have that other PDF? Because what I've done, if you're not looking at it, you can download it later, but I left the middle blank for you. I've highlighted on the first two lines and the last line with red note heads, sort of where we have these meeting places, where we have these important sort of moments where we touch base, where we hear a melody. Not that this is not a melody. This is a highly melismatic melody. What I want is the bones. Yeah? And I swear we're not getting into like grad school level like Schenkerian analysis. Has anyone ever done that? It's the worst thing of all time. Please don't even try to think that it would be fun. I'm kidding. But what I have here, I'm going to sing this outlined melody of the Karitas. Karitas. So this could change. It could be simpler. We could make it as simple, as ornamented as possible. But I'm looking at the red notes now. Okay? Karitas. Could we try that just as an exercise? Coming into the essence. And then I want to talk a little bit about what we do when we get all the notes back, because it's really wonderful. Ready? Karitas. So feeling like, there's a chant melody. So here now we have Hildegard, who is taking a melody and adding all of this filigree. And why? And this is an important aspect, I believe, as an interpreter of this music. And you would pick it up when you pick it up and you're building a relationship with a song. What's happening? So that's one way. But here's the deal. It's going to inform how we sing all the rest of the notes. So if I have a basic sort of skeletal structure, and I don't do this for every song. I don't always want to. It's okay. But here's the seed that I want to plant for you now. as you have this concept of divine love, the sort of essence of the song, the fire in the grate. Whatever else we add, any ornamentation, if you will, is going to have intentional value and basically, what's the word I want? I wrote it down. Inspired beauty. Yeah. So they're not just extra notes. Or why would she repeat the A there? It's a great question. Why do we have to do this or that? Or I wonder why those notes are small and those notes are big. So when we look at so many of these idiosyncratic gestures that Hildegard is painting these songs with, we see dum dia da di da dum, da dum dia da di dum, da da dum. There's so many rasa. What language is that, Maria? That's awesome. To be able to now come back. See, these aren't just notes that are just tacked on. There's a purpose. And sometimes it takes time to sort of understand that or add Hindustani. Thank you. That's really beautiful. So we're going to, and by the way, if you are a person that ever sings Baroque music or Irish music or Celtic music where we add ornamentation, this is the same rules apply. It's not just because you're supposed to, because that's the style. What was the purpose of the style? To add value through beauty, yeah. And the beauty of the voice, the beauty of the music, the beauty of the artistry, all of these things. So here we have could we try just the sort of first little syllable? I know I'm working slowly, but I hope you're finding value in this. And here we are. We come into the center. We receive that breath, and we're heading in. Ready? So all of a sudden, it's not just two notes that are just kind of lumped together. Those two A's, right? Those notes in the manuscripts are apostrophes, and they're like twins. They're like boom, boom. They sort of have this vocal, rhetorical pressure. And for me, it's not just bang, bang, repeated notes. And why would we even why would Hildegard write that? What's the purpose? And for me, it comes back to essence, to just being in that place where you are the connective tissue between divine love and whoever's listening. I should write that down. So here we have a word. Let's try the whole word. I'm going to give you full agency to play. Okay? Here we go. Here's our breath. To sort of see the sort of bowing at the temple. Aphrodite. There's more music. So, I don't know that we're going to get to this whole song, but here we have Habundat in omnia. Habundat is like the word abundant. Full. Overflowing is the way Hugh has translated that, which is really beautiful. Into everything. In omnia. All. And here, recalling the vision, all creation, all of us, everything around us. We can pull that earlier reference in. So there's an interesting little rhetorical gesture here where you see the letters. I'm looking at the second line in the word Habundat. Whenever you see a letter in parentheses, this is just a convention that I've chosen for the notation, where here we're just closing down on our consonant. We're adding a lot of energy to those consonants. Omnia. Let's just try the word Habundat. Fullness, abundance, overflowing, bountifulness, yeah? Let's try that again, all together. Here we go. There's a word. Let's try it one more time. Ready? And then we have this little ornamented in omnia. Have a listen. Good. Can we try that all together? Here's the C. Overflows into everything. Habundat in omnia. Can we try that whole line too, all together? Beautiful. So here we have this essential understanding of what the words are, what they mean. Yeah, that's part of it. But what they are, what do they represent? What are the concepts, not just in a way that exists outside of us, but literally bring them into crystallized form in the form of an idea that is also based in something that's more tangible. And yeah, that's hard to explain. I think we've been talking about it, but again, crystallizing that essence, translated through us, through our gel, both with our minds as well as our voices. Sacred mind, sacred voice. Does that make sense? And this is the kind of work that isn't just like sussed out in an afternoon, but it's an ongoing journey, perpetual deepening. And that is why I keep teaching this, my friends. It's just so gratifying. It's so rewarding. And, to have, as we all have in some relationship with Hildegard and her spirit and her special voice, how we are relating to that as individuals, and to be able to translate this into the very real and important and profound and personal self-expression that we bring. And I think that's why we do this. It's like food. It's like musical food. And it's really a kind of a meal. A feast, perhaps. But as we, we look at the rest of the song, De imis excellentissima super sidera. This is so lovely. From the depths to the highest, excellentissima. To surpass constellations or stars or sidera. Above the stars. From the depths to the highest. To surpass the stars. All the way up to the highest realms, right? And also, atque, and also yet, amantissima in omnia, again, most tender. So it's so lofty and far away, but so tender, right in the middle of the heart, to all of us, all that's around us, to all creation, all that was created in love, that is abounding with love, and that is speaking through us. And then coming to the end, quia sumo regi osculum pacis, quia that sumo regi, the highest, the high king, regi. Osculum is a really great Latin word, and it means kiss. Pacis, in the Germanic Latin, pacis, the kiss of peace. And the final line, dedit, is the word to give or to bestow or to honor, to give. And looking at that last line, and I put this in that edition that I sent your way, where we're looking at this wildly long melisma of a verb. Okay? A verb. Is it just a verb, though? Of course not. I'd like to skip to the end, if that's okay with you. And what I'd like to do is talk about ornamented verbs under the surface. Because what we have is, there's a melody in there, but what do we do with all of that rococo filigree? It's not empty. We know that these notes, these ideas are adding value. But for me, it's really about coming back to not just sort of delivering the notes, but being in my own essence and holding steady, almost like a lighthouse, where we stay steady, and there's this sort of the almost watery movement of the melody that comes through. We just stay in that presence and allow that to be what connects, and really as the conduit of love into sound, into form, that we are also bestowing that in the singing of that. God, that's nice. That's a good thing to sing. Let's try it, everyone. I have an idea. I'd like to sing the very simple version first. I'm just gonna outline some notes. Listen once. To the heights, right? So in the line above, we do hear the B flat, the lowered sixth, which is very common for Hildegard in Dorian mode in D finals. It's like her blue note, right? It's not just hers. It was a practice where Dorian mode would often add that lowered sixth. It's so good. So I've kept it in parentheses here. Let's keep it because I like it. You change it if you want. Could we sing that skeleton melody once, and then let's step into the full form. And now we have. Could we just try up to there? Let's try it. Sort of get our ears and voices around that. Ready? Yes! There's a reason for that, right? You feel it. It's purposeful. And what we can do is not just think, uh-oh, it's up. Careful. Get her going. but rather I am planting my feet and we are soaring up above the constellations. We are from the depths to the heights, and we are encompassing all of creation. And yes, you can put all of creation in an octave if you choose. Sacred mind. Here we go, ready? Let's try that whole little cell. Such good, this is the best line. And then I would take a convenient breath. And remember, the breath is part of the music. It's not a stopping place or an excuse you have to worry about. It's part of the music. And again, inspiration to pull in that which you want to do, which is we're coming back down to the ground, we're coming back to D, right? Here's that second cell. Have a listener sing along, okay? I would breathe again here. Sudden, because we were talking about the container of a word, what is being held? Is it a journey? Is it an experience? Is it a feeling? Is it ecstasy? What's in there? Is it gratitude? Maybe it's all those things. And those are the seeds that I invite you to come into. Just add the depth, to go deeper into the soil. What is possible? Anything is possible. And what we have, we're going to sing the whole word one more time. And I want you to sort of allow yourself the space to create. What comes through? What are the images? What are the ideas? And allow that. Stay present here within the heart, connected to source, and go on a journey. Ready? It's a very fecund medium. Yeah. And that, my lovely friends, is what I want to invite you to step into. Okay? So this is what I have for you today. Hi, little one. Okay, can you give me one moment, my love? I'll be up there in one moment. My little one is here. He's not feeling well. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. Be right there, kiddo. And I would be so grateful to hear what comes up for you. Like, what are some of the ideas, whether now or later, and other questions that you may even have about this kind of interpretive approach. In the meantime, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for singing with me for song class, which is some singing, but really a way to just dive into the meatiest parts of this practice. It's so rich. It's like literally mining for gold and trying on some new concepts in the way we approach, not just from a purely musical point of view, but really just to sort of invite different elements. And again, importantly, to empower you to let that unique perspective that you bring to shine into the song and also just through your voice. Oh, thank you, Louisa. So glad you're here. Thank you, Maria. Good. Aaron. Oh, I'm sure images manifesting in the heart. I have no doubt. Thank you, Sue. I'm glad you love it. Excuse me. Right, Maria. Indeed. Thank you, everyone. Stay tuned. Oh, hello, my friend. Erica has a longish question. I would post it in the comments, my friend, so others can see. I don't care how long it is. And I'm sure it will it's only going to add value. That would be great. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm just so, I love you all. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I have so many things to say, to share. Oh, so blessings. Thank you. I'll see you soon. See you here in the group. And please stay in touch. Okay, it's a long goodbye. Bye, everyone. Thank you.